I'm just taking a moment of silence for this recording. We're recording now, by the way, is dedicated to the memory of Ben and Dan, who died not of coronavirus. They died of completely unrelated causes. Hey, Dan, we're watching Reanimator.
Yeah, we are, aren't we, Ben? Nice to see you. How you doing?
You know, you can see me.
I've been discovered. I must flee. Oh. So, as mentioned, we were violently murdered about 10 minutes ago, but luckily, a vial of glowing green fluid happened to be in the room, which fell on us and reanimated our lifeless corpses in order to bring you the Reanimator comedy dining experience.
Spoilers.
Well, to be fair, that kind of happens in the first 2 minutes of this film, so...
Still, you've ruined it. You've ruined it now.
I'm sorry.
You've ruined the whole thing. We're going to have to start over.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
As in, from the very beginning. Hey, Dan, watching Threads.
Oh, what's the twist? I don't get it. So, we are going to hit play shortly. We have queued it up to the black screen at the very, very beginning of the film. It will fade up to a school, I believe. It's been a little while since I've given this one a spin.
It's been a whole 4 minutes since you've last watched it.
Indeed it is. So if you want to get your copies queued up, yeah, much respect. And all I can say to you is if you're going to listen to this thinking you're going to get an incredibly informative commentary breaking down the history and film career of Stuart Gordon, I am very, very sorry for the next sort of hour and a half.
One of us hasn't seen this, and the other one watched it about 2 seconds ago.
You guys will pick it up. You guys will pick it up pretty quickly.
The blind leading the blind. That's a phrase that often comes to play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean we're here for a good time. That's all we're here for, is to have a good time and do what we want to do. So we've queued it up to a black screen, and we are going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, you weren't lying. It did fade up to a school.
Yeah.
I have total trust in you.
So far, I'm feeling confident. Watch it all melt away.
So, does it just start? Like, there's no, like, logos or...
That's it. It just starts.
Just fades up.
There is a title scene a little bit later, but there's nothing like... This is a prologue, if anything.
Oh, so that's what I mean. I'm used to, like, seeing, like, I don't know, like a Universal logo or some little logo. Nothing comes up at all.
No. Not immediately, anyway.
Is that just your copy, or is that just how the film...
That's just how the film starts. It cold opens first, then it goes to a title screen, and then the film begins properly.
That's very disconcerting. So a bit like the Bond films, where I sort of relate boring trivia throughout. I think you're going to have to do it with this one because, like I say, I've not seen this.
We're going to be in trouble, sir. I haven't looked up a tremendous amount about this film. I've watched it literally once in prep for this particular commentary. So
Dan, what's happening in this scene?
So Dr. Gruber has been injected. Yeah. Has been injected with something.
This is too scary. Turn it off.
It's too
scary. God.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Oh, that's creamy.
Oh, dear.
Should we let's get the inevitable COVID-19 joke out of the way?
Yes. There we go. That was the inevitable COVID-19 joke.
That was it. That's how we tell jokes. We just say it's a joke and then we move on swiftly.
Well, it's obligatory, so we leave it up to the audience to make their own.
H.P. Lovecraft.
Yes.
H.P. Lovecraft, of course, directed the film.
Yes, he was very heavily involved, clearly. Yeah. He was actually working with Rick Wakeman for the score.
Very angry man.
He was. Very angry man.
Didn't want any gays on the shoot.
No.
I said, and I believe these were H.P. Lovecraft's own words, I might be misquoting, but he said, "Get those out of here."
That was his exact words, if you remember rightly. Have you read his autobiography?
H.P. Lovecraft's.
Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft's Kill Everyone Now.
No,
A musical.
I just know that he's one of those examples of terrific writer with a less than terrific personality.
Yeah, he apparently was not a particularly nice chap. I've never read any of his stuff, but I know that he's written a lot of stuff.
I read the one that they just made into a Nicolas Cage film. Is it the color of the something?
Oh, the color of, I want to say the color of the sky, but I don't think it's that.
No.
It's been on my Twitter feed for ages.
Shows you how much I know.
Let me quickly remedy this.
It's the color of the something. It's Nick Cage and he fights a color. It's pretty good.
The Color of Space.
Color of Space.
That was the one.
Richard Band is a really good name.
This was an Empire picture, if memory serves, as well.
So they made magazines and films.
Yes,
wow.
Yes, they did. They made the films and then reviewed them.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, it was great. Everything got 5 stars. We made this and it was really good. 5 out of 5.
I like these titles.
Yeah, the soundtrack's really nice as well, especially because this was made in 1985.
Yeah.
It's very unusual to have a quite orchestral, sort of semi-electronic score.
You know what? I know this goes back to some of the Bond stuff as well, but more films need title sequences. I don't just mean like the actors' names over a prologue scene. I like proper titles with like shit flying at the screen,
thought behind them,
and ladies, even if they have nothing to do with the rest of the film.
No, just something there to really let it pow.
Yeah.
On topic and off topic at the same time. The other night I was watching Hercules 2, which is the Lou Ferrigno sequel to Hercules, and the opening titles for that are about 25 minutes long. And basically,
the film was running a bit short.
It was, so they just ran it slower. And the titles are literally just a space backdrop with glowing letters flying at the screen, and then a 3-minute extract from the previous film. So it's like one title, 3-minute clip.
That sounds like the Superman titles you've described there.
Yeah, it probably lifted it from Superman, because it was very, very heavily nicked from Star Wars as well.
Is that woman in Total Recall, the Doctor?
She might be, as well.
She reminds me of the Doctor who gives Arnie the injection at the start of the film.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Let me bring up the old Google and see what they say.
No, you can't cheat.
Why?
No, not allowed. I expressly forbid it. It's like a pub quiz. You can't use the internet.
If you don't know it off the top of your head, then you can't. It's just done. We will never know.
How do they enforce that? Pub quizzes.
They kill anybody they find. It's an efficient system.
They take them out the back and shoot them.
No, they take them out the back and cough on them.
They did that even before COVID.
That was it was known as the landlord's greeting.
Okay, so
Reanimator.
Dan.
Yes.
Tell me about Reanimator.
So how much do you want to know? Because obviously I don't want to.
I want the whole deal, man.
Don't want to spoil it for you, Daddy-o.
I guess what I'm asking is, can you tell me a bit about how this film came to be? Who made it or who's in it?
Well, it was directed and I believe partially written, if not written completely by. It wasn't directed, sorry. It was written by Stuart Gordon. It may have been directed by Stuart Gordon, thinking about it, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, we can't use Google.
It did just say, on the screen.
I wasn't paying attention to that. I was too busy listening to your works of H.P. Lovecraft.
Not good commentary. I wasn't paying attention.
Why should I be paying attention? You know the score. You know how it works.
Dan, you're my rock. I need you to guide me through this terrain.
All I can really tell you about this film, and this is based purely on what I know, is that Stuart Gordon was involved in some capacity, and it stars Jeffrey Combs giving a fantastic performance.
So there was a man called Stuart Gordon, and he did a thing. And now we're watching said. All I know about this is that there's a lot of body horror.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I would say that. This is the thing. I don't want to spoil tone or anything like that. But
that's okay. It is a nearly, how old is it now? Did this come out in 85?
Yes.
So 35 years old?
Yes.
Basically. Wow.
Thereabouts. But I'm thinking more about yourself because this is your first time.
I recognise that actor in the score.
Yes.
He's got one of those. No, you can't look.
Oh, please let me look.
No.
Ah.
And I'll know if you're looking.
Am I looking now?
Yes.
Shit.
It's my psychic powers.
You're too good for me. You're too good for me, Ben. What am I gonna do?
It's why I used to run pub quizzes. I'd see people on their phones and go, "Oi, oi, what you doing?" Because I'm English, you see. So I'm just throwing a bone for the American listeners. I go in the pub and go, "Oi, oi, stop what you are, cool, me."
Cool, blimey, Governor, you causing any grief in this pub quiz? And they'd go,
"Are you on bloody Wikipedia?" Well, say, Governor.
You get off that phone.
Oh, hardcore.
Well, hello.
Dan, what you should have said? My children are in the room.
Oh dear. Well,
that's great for us to watch.
Somebody threw that cat.
I thought it was a cartoon called Reanimator. I thought anime.
Sorry, so you broke up then just a little bit.
Can you now?
Yep, you sounded okay now.
Was talking. Dan goes quiet.
I didn't know you talked. You broke up again, unfortunately.
Oh, how's Dan? Does that...
Still a little breaky uppy, but we're getting there. A little closer, a little warmer.
No. And now?
Now you sound good.
I'm going to leave this. I just find it how you need to go quiet in the scene where those these.
I caught half of that, and then the other half broke off again. Live, everybody.
Said it funny. You see the quiet in the scene. I know now. You might have to recall us.
Ah, there you go.
Ah.
You're sounding a lot clearer.
You might have to. I was thinking to recall or do a total recall.
We'll roll with it. We'll roll with it for now, and we'll see how we get on. It's the joys of technical limitations. Unfortunately, viewers, we're both in lockdown. We're doing this over a Discord chat at the minute, and
I'll just say my joke for the 5th time.
Please do. Get it out as quick as possible. Quickly.
No pressure. I was saying how it was funny how you seemed to go quiet during the sex scene. Like you were just paying very, very inert attention, to the the cinematography and the lighting.
I was paying attention to the mise en scène, sir.
Dan, I think you'll find it's called mise en scène.
I think you'll find it's actually called mise en scène.
I think you'll find it's called Les Miserables.
I think you'll find it's called
I think you'll find they're called knockers.
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, yes. I mean,
as in School of Hard Knockers.
I've looked up the actor you were on about. His name is David Gale. And he was in a lot of TV shows in the US. He was in The Dukes of Hazzard. He was in Heart to Heart. He was in LA Law, Dallas, Knots Landing.
All my favourites.
He was in the film The Brain, and he's in this film. But there's nothing else.
And he's in this film.
Let that surprise you.
So they're reanimating.
Maybe. All I can say is the internet connection must have picked up because your voice has certainly been reanimated. Ah!
That was exciting.
That was good, wasn't it? That was that's the best gag of the commentary. Turn off now if you're bored. It's not going to get any better.
So Dan, what's happening now?
He's showing the medical students how to successfully cut open a head. I
might. This is going to end up like the Arnie commentary for Conan. Just like, and now there is a doctor. You see, he is using his hands and opening up the head.
It's so funny.
It's opening up the head, and there is this. Ooh.
Very good effects in this film. I will say that much. It doesn't look in any way poor quality. It's consistently good all the way through, which is quite surprising for a film like this.
How much blood is in this film, roughly?
It's nowhere near brain dead levels, but there's a pretty reasonable amount. It's
a shame my computer can't handle the sufficient red quality.
It's okay.
Is that how you always judge a Blu-ray, by how the red pops out?
I go on a hammer scale. If it's hammer red, then it's good to watch. Anything less than that goes in the bin. I'm talking across the scale, so like if there's no blood at all in your period drama, it's just going in the bin.
We made fake blood once.
Oh yes, yeah. I remember it well. We made so much.
We made it in the kitchen.
It was tar-like because we couldn't quite get the consistency right, and if I remember rightly, it stained everything it touched permanently.
I got the recipe from Bruce Campbell's book.
Wasn't it like golden syrup and red food colouring or something like that?
Yes, yeah, something like that. It was in his autobiography. He was talking about the blood, what they did to make the blood in Evil Dead. And I thought, yeah, we'll do that. And it turned out nicely. But then I ended up making the film in black and white, so the red didn't really matter. But it still looked good.
It really popped. You see, you should have followed Alfred Hitchcock for the black and white films. Black and white films, chocolate syrup.
Is that right?
Yeah. For black and white, apparently the chocolate sauce looks much more convincing as blood than actual fake blood.
They did that in this is a callback, but they did that in Fred's as well. They used ketchup.
Really?
And Rice Krispies.
Oh yeah, that makes those scabs and burns really pop.
Oh yeah, it's good shit. But anyway, we're not talking about Fred's. We're talking about
Reanimator.
He looks like the actor Kevin Eldon.
Yeah, I was about to say when the film opened, he's really got that Kevin Eldon vibe. If for any of the US listeners at this point, if you've never seen Kevin Eldon, he looks like that basically, but slightly less handsome.
He's probably talking about first people love the all America has seen it.
That is true. That is true. I shall be quiet forevermore then.
Please. That will make for a very interesting comment.
No, I shan't argue with you anymore, Ben. I shall just let you do
the sound of a man breathing.
Very closely, just... It's all right. I've got a copy of The Guardian here, and I'm quite happy to do the crossword.
You're listening to Dan's ASMR on Reanimator. Just describe all the horrific action.
Off. the arm gets cut off.
Oh my.
Someone
listening to this has a sniffy now.
Good.
Okay, it's me. I admit.
Just remember to tip your waiter. So I suppose this opens quite an interesting little junction, really, because we've watched a lot of films together, but we don't tend to watch a lot of horror together. And I've never really asked what your kind of is.
We watched that terrifying film together, Bloody New Year.
Yes, we did Bloody New Year together, which you loved and thought was brilliant, and we only had to censor like 20 minutes of it.
And Bikini Model Academy, that was kind of a horror.
That was terrifying, absolutely terrifying.
As in it was horrible. So
that's counts. True. We did the WNUF Halloween special. That was pretty spooky. Yeah.
So we've kind of done a lot of horror.
But this is the thing. I don't know what kind of horror you're massively into. I know that you have a passion for things like The Wicker Man, but that's about as far as I know, really.
The Wicker Man's like RoboCop in the sense that I don't need to watch it. Like I could just like close my eyes and just imagine the film. I can just know it all. It's a bit like RoboCop or The Emperor's New Groove. It's one of those.
My favourite horror.
So The Wicker Man, I like. I guess my tastes are quite vanilla, really. Like, I like a lot of the ones that everyone likes, like The Shining and The Exorcist and Texas Chain. And I guess Fred's is technically a horror, isn't it?
It's on Shudder, so it counts.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Which is really strange.
Yeah, that's weird to think.
Yeah,
because you look at all the other stuff, and you don't think of a BBC drama.
Flicking through the listings, you don't go, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Terrifier, Reanimator, Threads.
The things that scare me though are weird. Like I've never really been scared by a horror film. The things that scare me are weird shit. Like, we did a whole video on this, but public information.
Yes, public information films.
Yeah, those. Literally, I don't think I'm trying to think of a film apart from like maybe Friends that scared me. And I like horror films, but I'm pressed to find one that really got under my skin. But maybe I've just not seen enough horror films. That's a possibility.
I mean, one of the things, and we did have this conversation many years ago, one of the things that always does affect me, I'm not really bothered by general horror films on a day-to-day basis. Your stuff like, your Beyonds or your Lucio Fulci's or your Dario Argento films don't really do anything for me. But what does always set me tremendously out of ease is when films use technical difficulties or TV shows go to technical difficulties.
Yes.
And it's just, you're just sat there wondering what the fuck is going on,
So you like that kind of almost fourth wall breaking kind of thing where it's like blurring the line between reality and, I'm trying to get.
Yeah. It doesn't scare me. It just gives a real sense of like an ominous vibe.
Yeah.
Just very. Oh dear.
I like the Blair Witch Project.
Oh yes.
That actually kind of scared me.
It's just a shame that it was run into the ground by about 800 knockoff and parody films.
It was.
Same with The Ring.
But you can't blame the original film for that, really.
No. I don't know whether it's... Yes. It's their cat. It disappeared earlier that day. And
it disappeared anymore.
It's turned up in his fridge.
I'm going to refrain from making a pussy joke there.
That was very, very gentlemanly, sir.
Why am I a gentleman?
Albeit by acknowledging your omission of a pussy joke.
That's been established. Bloody New Year was quite scary, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Remember when them blokes came through the window in the leather jackets? And,
That guy had his head pulled off.
That was pretty scary, that, wasn't it?
Do you remember the tablecloth monster?
Now I do. I've repressed all memory of it until now. Thank you.
I play it on a loop in my head all the time.
It's not just in your head; it's literally in your house. It's on a loop. It's like it's like going back to what scares us. It's kind of like how in the Imperial War Museum they have a loop of the Protect and Survive films.
Yeah, and it's just played on a loop. That's another thing that
I'd love to work there, because I'd love to just listen to that all day, every day.
The problem is, I think you'd probably get too invested in it, and then you'd start traumatizing groups of school kids who came for tours.
I'd love to do that. That'd be like my dream job.
It'd be great. You just turn up every day and, like, little Billy wants to know what that big thing in the corner is, and you go, "That's a neutron death bomb. If it goes off, everyone dies."
They do have a nuke in there.
Yeah.
And little 10-year-old me thought it would be funny to kick it because, of course, they're not going to have an operational nuke. And oh my god, they do!
And that was the end of Manchester as we knew it.
They wouldn't let me work in the Imperial.
Any particular reason, or
the hair's too
long?
They don't want the smelly hippies hanging about. Shame. I'd love to work.
I don't know. I suppose you could always go for a fantastic Imperial War makeover.
They could show clips of this. It has nothing to do with war, but
yeah, it's certainly got a similar vibe.
Just stick this on. Just stick a DVD copy of this on.
I can't think of any better way to spend my time at the War Museum.
You're gonna have to catch me up on the plot here.
So they found the dead cat in the fridge, and they sort of were a bit like, "What the fuck's this guy doing?" And then they've gone to bed, and he was woken up by an almighty hissing meow, and now he's in the basement, and that cat is attacking him.
Oh god! It's and then they wake up, and then Freddy comes out of the room.
Yes, and he picks everybody off, and it turns out that it's actually a Nightmare on Elm Street sequel. Who would have thought it?
Let's drop you in the kitty litter.
It's got like a really cheap prosthetic latex Freddy mask on the cat.
Freddy versus cat.
Yes. Hell's Claws. That'd be the subtitle of that one.
Do you remember the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, End of Days?
No. Was that the one where it's it's very heavily stylized? It just threw a cat at the wall.
It's not stylized, so it has a style. The style is point camera at man.
Oh dear.
That's a style. Oh wow. That's pretty good. They have like a tree. Animals were harmed in the making of this film.
Which is why I feel particularly bad about that cat we killed.
That was a reference to Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
It is.
That was a TV show that we had in England
in 2004 that played at like 2:00 in the morning.
Only me and Dan seemed to watch on its original broadcast.
Yes. Which was very unsettling for both of us.
So this cat that is dead.
This is a dead cat.
It's a dead now. Now it ain't a dead cat though, is it? Because it just tried to slice his glasses off.
It did. So it was a dead cat that then was alive again, but now it's dead again.
Is it in the box?
It may well be a cat that belonged to a Schrodinger at some point.
I've also got my volume quite low to not mess up the recording. So what are they discussing here, Dan?
They are talking about how he has got a brand new serum that is capable of breaking the 6 to 12 minute barrier that happens after brain death. When administered, it causes the brain to start functioning again and brings the subject back to life.
The 6
But he's
to
only
12
tried
minute
it with
barrier.
animals. Yeah, so there's a when brain death occurs, there is a 6-minute barrier between being able to bring someone back and not being able to bring someone back, because you can have brain death for a period of time.
So in that window of time, is that what happens when people say that they have like a near-death experience?
Yes, pretty
So
much.
like, when people say, "Oh, I saw the pearly gates, and then Jesus was there, and my dad was there,"
and they were all shouting, "Run away! Run away! It's a trap!"
and they were all singing to me. And they all started laughing.
And they all started singing "Tomorrow Belongs from Me" from the musical Cabaret. And Liza Minnelli was there, which was particularly odd because she isn't dead.
I'd like to have a near-life experience. I've not had one of those.
I just love the practical effects in this thing. It's surprisingly punchy.
Punchy.
Yeah, it's got a bit of clout behind it. Everything looks quite, realistic and gnarled.
They punch you in the face.
Yes. I mean, you've got to imagine, I've spent most of my time watching films like Anthropophagus, where they clearly just took a mannequin's head and painted eyes onto it. So to see stuff like this, which is quite well put together, is quite, nice. And this was a year before Return of the Living Dead, I believe.
Yes. If that was 86, wasn't it?
Mm.
So is he saying, "We've invented a Jesus serum. You have to see this"?
And the Dean's gone, "Robot House," and said no.
Because he's a stuffy old Dean.
He is, basically. Also, he's banging the Dean's daughter, so... But the Dean doesn't know that yet, though.
That hardly helps matters.
No. And he's not a fan, so...
Damn you, Bitterman.
Your bra bomb better work, nerdlinger.
I'm just thinking of that line of Homer's. If movies have taught me anything, is that there's always a stuffy old Dean that needs to be stopped.
I mean, in fairness, when we were at university together, we didn't have a stuffy old Dean. Not that I know of, anyway.
That's because we don't have Deans. But we did invent a serum. We did bring a cat back to life.
We did.
But then you killed it again.
But then we shotted it by accident and weeded it out.
You said, I believe your exact words were, get that fucking thing away from me. And then you stood on its head.
Which killed it again. And then we realised we'd given all the serum to that one cat, which was now dead. Again.
So now there's none left. So, that's that ruined forever. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I'd like to say that I'm glad that I've deprived people of a chance of second life. It brings me joy to know that there is death in the world. And I hope that you have a rather short life.
I'm tired of people who say that, immortality would be the real curse. No, fuck that. Immortality would be great.
Yeah.
Get to catch up on all the Nightmare on Elm Street films I haven't seen.
Think of the possibilities. Now, you see, the thing is, immortality is great, but immortality is only great as long as you age a lot slower, because otherwise you'll be 900 years old and look like one of the California Rays.
Yeah, but, I feel that way now, so it's not going to make too much of a difference.
That is true.
And plus, they could if I look that old, they could cast me as Freddy in future Nightmare on Elm Street installments. And they save a lot of money on like prosthetics, makeup.
You just turn up au naturel, but maybe have a little bit of a trim.
No.
Featuring the withered body of Ben. Nightmare on Elm Street 70.
Shot in 2020. I think they could have administered the serum to all these stiffs.
They're looking for a fresh cadaver because the older the subject is, the less competent it is when it's reanimated. So basically, if you inject as like a 200-year-old corpse, it won't know what day it is. But if you do one that's like 10 minutes old, it's got a greater chance of coming back and being competent and being able to do stuff.
So they couldn't bring like Hitler back to life.
Not unless they had a time machine.
That would be a good premise for like a wacky horror film, wouldn't it?
I think they did that, you know.
Did they?
I think they did. I'm pretty sure that there's a film from the 1950s. Yes, there is a film from the 1950s where Hitler gets killed and goes to hell, and Satan offers to resurrect him as long as he can do one evil deed. And it's a comedy because Hitler gets put back on Earth, and it turns out that because everybody knows he's dead, they don't take him seriously, and they just think he's like a comedy impersonator. And he spends most of the film like running around with comedy-sized bombs. And I think the film ends with him being hit by a missile.
What if you had like two neo-Nazis who wanted to bring Hitler back to life?
Right.
Be able, like, you know, restarting the Third Reich or whatever. And all he wants to do is just like go bowling or, you know, have a fight or something.
I did everything I wanted to do in the war. I want to go to Pizza Hut.
Yeah, like the whole film, and then it turns into a Pizza Hut advert, and then we just remake Mac and Me, but with Hitler. Adolf and Me, we'll call it. And at one point he goes, "Let's hit the hut."
And then he gets in a wheelchair and falls off a cliff.
Yeah, like the whole film is just like everyone, all these like horrible racists are looking up to him saying, "Hitler, you must you must take over the world again, and we will rebuild the Reich." And Hitler's just like, don't really want to.
Nein, I cannot be bothered. Have you ever heard of Pogs? I have the full set, including the limited edition Alf variation.
Why would all his interests be limited to the 80s? Pizza Hut, Pogs. And they all begin with P as well. Pogo sticks.
You have just reminded me I am to be needing to set my VCR to record Twin Peaks. I love that show.
And he talks English in a wacky voice.
Yes.
What if the first 5 minutes are these two guys, like, they bring Hitler back to life and it's a big grand sequence. And then the following 88 minutes of the film is just one single shot of Hitler bowling.
With the backing music being Hit to Be Square by Huey Lewis and the News.
Played on a loop.
Yes.
You don't even see Hitler properly. It's shot in a wide.
He wears a snapback that's on backwards, and he has a pair of 90s shades on. And he wears a t-shirt that says "Radical" written in like a really clean cut font.
The action is only broken halfway through when the waiter arrives with his cheeseburger and chip.
Have you got my twist bread? I have 7 twist bread.
Kids meal, of course.
Yes. He went for the choo-choo chicken fingers.
It comes with a little colouring book, a little word search you can do. all the words are like pizza, hut, cheese.
There's a maze, but it's just really obvious. It's just like a line, start to finish, but there's like loads of mazes around it.
And he looks really happy that he's completed it. I knew it. I wanted him to go left. I went right.
The end shot is him walking out with a Burger King crown on.
Who's flogging the film? Pizza Hut or Burger King, or just all fast food outlets?
He went to one of those strip mall type places where they have multiple fast food things, like a food court.
Yeah, he went to the Arndale.
Yes.
Taco Bell.
It then flashes forward 2 years and he's picked up the accent, you know. All right.
He just sounds like me.
Yeah. How can I help you today?
He's trying to do his Pizza Hut maze, and it's like, switch on the big light.
Put the big light on.
We're missing some hardcore zombie action.
You're watching Reanimator on the Comedy Dining Experience.
It's gone nuts.
Yes,
he's very strong for a cadaver.
He is. I like to think the rigor mortis helped him, but it's neat. There's stuff like the bruising on his back where the blood will have settled and pooled in the sort of lower half of his body. Just little things like that really.
Dan likes the gore.
Do it for me.
He likes the detail. So would you call this a zombie film, or is it not really classed as that?
I think
in the same way when people think of like Dawn of the Dead is a zombie film. It probably isn't quite the same thing, is it?
I'll say this now. I think this would be a tremendously good double feature with something like Return of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead. But I don't think it's strictly a zombie film, because zombie films normally have an uncontrollable element about them. So in the sense that an outbreak is kind of unstoppable, whereas this film is a very, very controlled zombie outbreak, if you can even really call them zombies, because they're reanimated. They retain their memories. It's a bit like, you know how in Day of the Dead, you've got, is it Bud or Buck, the zombie Bud, the zombie soldier who kind of retains a couple of memories.
Yeah.
Well, Reanimator sort of takes it to the next level and has them more or less fully retain their original personalities.
So it's been literally resurrected.
Yes, but the longer that they've been dead for, the less of that personality they have left.
Ooh.
So as you'll see later in the film, there'll be characters who will be killed and brought back almost immediately, who will be more or less exactly how they were when they were alive the first time. Equally, the longer ones are left, the more sort of mindless and zombie-like they become.
You know how people think that Walt Disney was chronically frozen in the 60s? Those people are really silly, aren't they?
But Ben, he is. He's buried under the Millennium Falcon.
But why? And why would they don't have the technology to do that now. Why would they have that in the 60s? They
did it so that they could build him like a Richard Nixon-style giant robot death suit. Aroo!
Why would Walt Disney want a giant robot death suit?
Because once he owns all of the corporate brands, he will literally be unstoppable. He owns 80% of them now, nearly.
You say he, but he is dead.
Apart from his cryogenic head that's being built into Mecha Deathbot.
It's in Evolved, Ben. It's in Area 51. Do your research. www.waltdid911.com.
Why do you think they keep trying to push 5G on us, Ben? It's so that Walt can get good Wi-Fi.
Walt needs good Wi-Fi so he can talk to Hitler, but Hitler's too busy doing his Pizza Hut race.
Working in the Arndale.
We're back to that.
You're right. No, you can't be drinking in here. Come on, lads, get out.
He's one of the security guys. Yeah, I know what Hitler could do.
Go on.
He could be one of those sad people you see outside Piccadilly Station giving out the Jehovah's Witnesses leaflets.
Oh. Just eyeing up the Harry Krishners.
Those people who literally stand there all day, just holding out leaflets that no one will take. And they don't talk to anyone. They just stand there. They're like those living statues, the buskers.
Yeah.
Oh, so have they just reanimated the Dean?
Yes. So the Dean got killed by that 20-year-old who was too far gone and was just like brute force. But they've resurrected the Dean because the Dean is her father. And also, if he's back, he can verify that the serum works.
Oh dear. I feel like I have a feeling, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have a feeling things don't go according to plan.
You would be correct, sir.
It would be a very boring film if things did go according to plan. Oh, it turns out the serum worked and everything's back to normal. Roll credits.
Oh no, I accidentally shuffled up my reanimation fluid with my reanimation fluid plus evil. Why did I make them identical colours?
I see a problem. Somebody switched this thing to evil.
Laziest security guard in any film I've ever seen. He literally spends all his time reading magazines, and the one time he does turn up and something's clearly kicked off, he's just like, oh, okay.
That sounds like most security. That's not that unrealistic.
Hitler wouldn't have tolerated this.
We can't spend the whole conversation talking about Hitler. It's very...
No matter how much you would want this to be the case.
How much people want... But damn, talk about Hitler more. That is why we subscribe to your channel.
For more Hitler-related content, please like, comment, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen.
Go to www.hitlerdidn'tdo911.com.
Well, no, he didn't.
But did he though? Ah.
No, not ah. He definitely.
Ah.
That's what they want you to think.
Ah, Dan, don't you see?
I know. I'm sadly blind.
That's 6, isn't it? Well, if you have, so I get 9. 9/11, mate.
Sorted, mate.
The early deans need a crazy.
Oh, you broke up a little bit again there.
Okay, how am I sounding now?
Oh, nice and clear.
Lovely. I literally moved it less than an inch. That's what I mean. I need to stay completely motionless with stuff. I'll just say, Dean Bitterman is going crazy.
Yes, he didn't have to really come to terms with everything. So, a little bit caca.
It's a bit like that film with Flatliners.
Yes,
but not like that at all.
But with much more gruesome death scenes and titties, which is always good.
Flatliners didn't have titties. It did have Kiefer Sutherland.
The biggest titty in the world. No, he's actually quite.
We watched that in school.
Did it teach you anything?
No, I don't know why we were watching it. We watched it in RE.
Do you want to know what we watched in RE? This was the best thing we watched in RE. They made us no.
It's got kind of religious themes. People coming back from the dead. Jesus.
It was. I think it was The Day After Tomorrow.
Do you watch it in RE?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand watching that in like.
No, well, it was because it was supposed to illustrate the rapture.
What?
Yeah.
But it's not the rapture, it's the environment.
No, but
warming.
Let's be honest, it was January, February time.
Did you go to school in like the Bible?
Quite possibly, now that I think about it.
Every time you went in RE, it was just a bloke with a cowboy hat and a fiery stick.
Repent or go to hell.
The Lord is coming back today, Dan.
Now is the time.
It still happens, you know. We think we're so beyond that, but a teacher at my sister's high school was fired because he went on a big homophobic rant in RE.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and this was only like about 5-10 years ago.
Oh no!
How mad's that? That like in the 2010s, that was still happening.
It's almost as bad as when we found that film teacher in our university studies dressed up as Margaret Thatcher, trying to tempt young boys and girls back to his hotel room for late.
I have no idea how that was links up to what we were just talking about, but
we were talking about religious figures being used to push
I didn't realise.
immoral beliefs.
I didn't realise Mr. X, as we shall call him, was a religious figure.
No, but Margaret Thatcher is to some.
I thought you were saying that our old teacher was a religious figure. He had his own cult.
Well, some of them. Some people.
Please don't drink the Kool-Aid, whatever you do.
We are so sued. So sued.
I say it's quite tasty. Have some. Even the silver.
Oh, God bless him. Anyway, before we both end up in lawyer jail, we'll.
But yes. Yeah, so anyway, you watched The Day After Tomorrow.
Yes, and it was supposed to show.
But that was really strange because it's like we watched that too, but we watched it in physics. So
right.
which kind of makes sense.
Well, it was to make matters even worse. It was a bootleg copy because it had only just come out. So our RE teacher showed us a bootleg copy of The Day After Tomorrow.
Should we explain what RE is to American?
RE stands for religious education, and it's basically like the idea. Right. So the idea of it
in Dan's school, it was a man with a fire and brimstone hat who told Dan to repent.
Or I will go to hell. So the idea of it, in principle, is it's supposed to teach you about different religions and different ideologies in a way to allow you, the end user, to get a better appreciation. The end user of these religious experiences to have a greater appreciation for things like Judaism or the Muslim faith or Christianity or things like that. In practical application, it does nothing other than upset a lot of people because
bore a lot of high school students.
Yes, like I say, our RE teacher resorted to showing us The Day After Tomorrow as an example of the rapture.
You know what we watched now, RE?
Go on.
Life of Brian.
Oh no, we couldn't have gone within a mile of that.
Which I don't think we were even old enough because it's a 15.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I got kicked out of RE and I was never allowed back because I nicked a gag off Stuart Lee and used it as a genuine question and got in trouble.
I thought you were going to say. I was going to say that as a joke, and then you said it as in the real thing that happened. I was going to say because you were deemed to be a devil child.
Well, genuinely, one lesson.
Imagine them ringing up your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Your son is possessed. We need you to come and pick him up and sign a release form.
Mother. Oh no, it's happened again. Come on, Mrs. Come on, Mrs. Dan, let's get in the car. All right, Dan's dad, let's get in the car and pick up son possessed by a devil, he is.
I was possessed by a demon once.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's okay, he's gone now.
Ah, he's okay then.
I was quoting The Exorcist too. Remember there's that bit where Linda Blair's like, says this one girl asks her about something, she goes, I was possessed by a demon. And then she just goes, oh, it's okay, he's gone now. Because that's the kind of thing you just bring up in conversation.
Yeah. Well, the question that got me kicked out of my RE lesson was I'd listened to a...
Is there a God?
No, better.
How do?
Better than that. I listened to a comedian called Stuart Lee the night before, and he did a routine about God, and I took one of the lines and asked it as a genuine question. I said to my RE teacher, I said, look, if God is omnipotent and he can exist everywhere, can he exist in a vacuum, which is known to harbour no life whatsoever? And she thought I was being facetious and sent me out. And then about 20 minutes later, she came out and said, what do you think you're playing at? And I said, no, it's a genuine question. I want to know. And she was like, I don't have time for stupid questions. You're not welcome in my lessons anymore. And that was it. I never learned what Judaism was.
How can you be stopped doing lessons, though? How would that work? What would you do in that time?
Just told me to, well, for the first couple of months, they told me to go to the library, and then after that, they just stuck me in another English class or something.
Because you're a heathen.
Yeah.
How would you pass an RE?
A pagan.
How would you pass an RE exam? Is God real? Yes, you've passed.
No, the answer, Ben, the correct answer is exactly.
It's just yes or no. If you circle no, then they come round your house.
Is God real? Exactly. Ah.
Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. Why has he murdered him?
We're watching Reanimator.
Why has he murdered him, Dan?
Because he was trying to blackmail him into either handing over all of his secrets or stopping studying reanimation. Because he was the leading doctor in his field, in air quotes, for things like autopsies and stuff like that, particularly around the brain area. So he's just offed him.
He was the leading expert in nonsense.
Yes. He was
bringing back corpses.
Yes. But he found out about his life serum and wanted to steal it. So now he's going to get resurrected.
Do you reckon they'll be able to do that one
day? What, bring dead people back to life?
Yeah. I mean, they say it can never be done, but, the technology is moving at such a rapid rate.
But Ben, how can anyone ever truly be gone when we have their social media posts, their YouTube videos, their poems?
I thought that's what you were going to say then, and then you said it. How can everyone be gone when we have their poems?
Yeah, I think that...
Do you realise, Dan, that even the words we're saying right now will be stored forever? So in a way, we're immortal. You're immortal.
We are gods.
I'm God. You're at best Peter.
Yes, okay, I can live with that. You get the fishes.
You can be Noah.
Well, I don't want to build a boat.
You got to build a boat, Dan.
I'm not building a boat.
This is how the actual story is. Build a boat, mate. No, I don't want to build a boat.
Don't want to build a boat, mate.
Don't build a boat.
No, mate.
I don't want to build a boat.
Mate, you'll drown if you don't build a boat.
And you got to get a load of fucking animals, right?
How many animals?
Fucking loads.
How many's loads?
2 of each.
2 of each, mate. You're having a laugh. There's nearly 12,000 species of fly.
Is this why you were kicked out of RE?
This was why I was kicked out of RE and also the Golfers Club.
This is why I was kicked out of RE, science, maths, English, history.
But weirdly enough, it was how I was accepted to Stormfront, so I don't know.
Well, your Hitler spec scripts went over very well there, so that's why.
Our Hitler bowling Arndale short film.
You say our. I'm taking no responsibility for this. This is entirely your work.
You were the one that started it.
No, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Nope.
You totally started this.
That's okay, because we can just edit that part of the recording out to make it sound like it was all your idea.
But it wasn't when I'm not going to.
That's okay, because when you're sleeping, I'm going to come in your house and edit out that part of the recording. And you'll never know.
Much like H.P. Lovecraft's Reanimator, this will be Ben's Hitler in the Arndale film.
What a snappy title.
Yeah. Tells you everything you need to know.
Hitler in the Arndale. I have a feeling she's not long for this world.
Ooh, well, that's not my place to say. You'll have to stick around.
But the answer is yes.
Looks like he's been playing him cheesy movies. The worst ever made.
Kevin Eldon's looking tired.
I'll tell you what he reminds me of. He reminds me a bit of Kevin Eldon and Kyle MacLachlan, if the two of them gone to the fly pod together.
I don't see Carl McLaughlin in there.
It's the hairstyle when he's trim and looking neat and not covered in blood and having just severed somebody's head. It's the haircut, the outfit he wears, the jawline.
Oh no, the head's missing.
Oh no! And all of his Reanimator serum's gone as well.
You know what that means, Dan? Hijinks.
Hijinks are happening on the Comedy Dining Experience.
I've heard people describe this as kind of a horror comedy.
You know what? Funnily enough, I was thinking about this film in the shower earlier, and my immediate thought was I wouldn't class it as a horror comedy. I wouldn't class it as a straight horror. I'd say it's very much in line with macabre, dark comedy horrors, stuff like Theatre of Blood or
Evil Dead.
Yeah, where there is humour there, but that's not the central observation, so to speak.
Yeah,
that's not why you're in this rodeo. It's just a nice bonus that it's got this very bleak, macabre humour running as an undercurrent. Yeah, once you mention it looks like Kevin Eldon, you cannot unsee that. I really want to see Kevin Eldon
really
do a couple of scenes from this film.
It really does. It's uncanny.
You can drink your drink now, or you can save it until later. Simon Quinlank! He looks like Simon Quinlank!
Oh, yes. Not the time to lose one's head.
Take a shot.
Remember Sleepy Hollow?
No, I've never seen Sleepy Hollow.
That had a headless man in it, no?
Oh, I've read Sleepy Hollow. I thought you were going to point to something specific within the film.
No, just saying that Sleepy Hollow had a headless guy in it too. And other films with headless people in them.
I'm trying to think of other headless ones. You've got that episode of The Young Ones where Vivian gets his head knocked off on a train.
That's the funniest thing ever. Hey, you bastard.
He kicks him.
Yeah.
What else have you got? You've got Evil Dead 2, where Ash's girlfriend gets her head cut off.
Oh, yeah.
From the body. You've got... I'm sure there's a Vincent Price film where he gets decapitated at some point.
An American Tale 2, Fievel Goes West.
Yes.
I haven't seen it. I assume that there's a headless scene in it, though.
Oh, there's all that blood you were on about.
Poor actor, probably very uncomfortable.
That will have... Yeah, I was going to say that will have been the corn syrup and red food colouring mix that we very similarly used. So he would have been incredibly sticky.
Some fun. You should start reciting Hamlet.
I always get Hamlet and Othello mixed up.
No, with the head. Alas, poor Yorick.
I knew him well.
So the moral of the film is don't bring people back to life.
The moral of the film is usually don't mess with things that you don't understand, like bringing the dead back to life. But this is a crucial one. They clearly don't learn because there are two
Don't bring people back to life unless you really want.
Unless you need more money.
Gets a bit nutty.
Things go a little caca.
Things around here just go just a little crazy.
But it's okay, as long as you keep your head.
Oh, that's scary.
See, he can't put his actual head on there because it would fall off. So he has to use a fake head. got a bit of rear off.
Inevitable Michael Jackson joke. Whatever.
I don't get paid enough to care. He's taking his copy of Boudoir to the bathroom.
I got offered a job to work as a security guard once.
Oh, yes.
I said, do I look like a piss in security?
No, but you do look a little bit like Hitler.
For the record, I don't look like Hitler.
It's mainly the clothes that you wear. I mean, I always ask whenever you come to visit that you at least try to wear like a normal t-shirt and trousers combo. But whenever we've gone out to like Nando's or KFC just for a midnight bargain bucket, you do insist on wearing that khaki green jumpsuit with all of those medals that you bought on eBay.
Well, you said wear something smart.
And I know that when you said wear something smart, and I get that.
I assume formal attire.
Well, yes, but the problem that we have, Ben, is it may be seen as a little insensitive. Have you considered wearing... Well, because you may offend a few people who grew up around certain images. Have you considered instead wearing a helmet with a spike on it? That's much more socially acceptable.
Oh, I have one of those in the back.
Oh, nice. Right. Well, if you get one of them up,
got a skull on it.
Yeah, maybe you could offset it with a leather jacket with Achtung written on the back or something, you know.
You're dressing me more like a BDSM guy than a Nazi.
I was aiming for the sort of Hell's Angel neo-Nazi type area, each to their own, you know. So,
you know, ironical, the quality of the stream I'm watching makes everyone look dead. Maybe that's the idea.
Is the quality not up to snuff?
It's doing what it wants from scene to scene. It's sort of going on like a sliding scale, almost like a phasing effect where it goes nice and crisp in HD, and then as soon as the camera moves,
140p.
We're back to 1. It's nice. It's nostalgic. Reminds me of Reanimator files back in the days. Download
I mean, the resolution doesn't bother me that much. More the fact it keeps changing aspect ratios.
Real audio.
You appear to have broken up a little bit there, sir.
Ironic that I was talking about breaking up in audio quality at the time when the recording broke.
Do you remember Winamp?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, them were the good days. Real Player.
MP3.
Yeah.
I still like Real Player.
It's great, wasn't it?
You know, did you hear that Google Chrome are stopping support of Macromedia Flash this year?
Really?
Yeah. Do you use Google Chrome as your browser?
No.
You don't?
No. I use Chrome just to browse, just to stream these Cosme streams, but that's it.
When you go on Google Chrome, there's a thing that comes up that says, please be aware Macromedia Flash won't be supported after December.
But Ben, how am I supposed to play mini-clip games now?
How am I meant to watch Albino Black Sheep?
How am I supposed to get on Newgrounds?
Oh, Newgrounds was great.
Yeah, it was all right.
Dan goes quiet again while the movies are on screen. Can I still say boobies? Is that allowed?
Yeah, you can say boobies. You can say boobies, boobles, boobs, cracking great stonkers, wadonkers, tahonga rakugas, bubes is fine. You can say tatars, tutoots. You can say wobbos, jumbalumbas, that's fine as well.
That was a very exhaustive list.
Yeah, you can say Tahonga Rakugas. You can say Major League Jubbos. You can say
Chimichangas.
Chimichangas. Yeah, you can say Lamborghinis. You can say a couple of Pete Bests. Yeah, you can pretty much say whatever you want to describe the memories of the female species. Just don't say.
Is that meant to be? No, it's not. No, I'm getting my characters confused. That's not her father's
No,
head.
no,
No.
that's the brain doctor.
Oh, God. Oh, that's grim.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See what I mean when I say it's got that really dark, macabre comedy running underneath it?
Just a little bit. That's a father.
Yes.
Ambling in the corner there.
Yes. He's been lobotomized.
Oh, that's nasty. This is nasty.
Mm. Can you believe that this was cut in the UK when it came out on video? Because it was.
What do you mean?
It was cut to shreds. Almost none of this was in it.
Me and my 6 children watching this are enjoying it greatly.
Have you had the talk with them whilst this has been going on, or have you just let them experience it and take from it what they want?
They're happy. They've got their sweeties. They've got their vodka. They're fine.
That's good. As long as they've got their blue drink and vodka, they will be fine.
Oh, God, this is... Oh, that's icky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
we're talking grade A ick right now.
I bet someone's into this now.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
And that someone is called... Ooh.
Mm.
I've been kind of shocked into silence by that.
Well, I'm very glad to hear it. As a co-host, you should be slowly warmed to such scenes, as there are plenty more of them to come.
I don't know if it's this film or the following film, From Beyond. Is From Beyond the one which has the giant monster?
I don't know, because I haven't seen From Beyond.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you? Why? Oh no.
Oh, it's Monster Mash.
Like I say, all of these have got relatively really nice physical prosthetics going on. They've got nice head wounds and sort of gaping stab areas and stuff like that. It's all very well put together.
You sound so happy as you describe them in such detail.
It's because I really appreciate it when a set design goes to great lengths to make their monsters look good, especially when it's, schlocky films. This is really well shot. It's got a really good direction. The effects are really nice in it. And that makes me really happy because I've watched about 600 films that try to do this and fail miserably.
I'm guessing this spawned a lot of imitators.
Well, a year after Return of the Living Dead came out.
Would you say that was a take on this?
I'd say it's very heavily influenced. So put it this way, both feature a liquid that can resurrect the dead. And when they're resurrected, they're pretty much unkillable because if you kill them, they can just come back again. Both feature very over-the-top, slightly eccentric characters, sort of in a lockdown type scenario. I think that this film is more intelligent than Return of the Living Dead, but I think that Return of the Living Dead is more satirical than this. It's kind of two ends of the same coin, but I do think that they'd make a great double feature together.
Oh, God. Oh, her own daddy's going to kill her. Is he? No, he's not.
He doesn't know what day is.
He's gonna come to his senses. He knows the way.
Mm.
I really like someone to walk in right. It'd be funny if the security guard just still didn't pay any attention.
If he just sort of saw that go on and go, I'm going on my break.
No, he read, just looked through his back. It was an interview with Lord Michael. Ooh, nothing like a bit of eye gouging.
Gotta love a bit of a Fulci moment. He's gonna overdose the main bad guy with a load of reanimator fluid and watch him go pop.
Does he do a scanners?
He does. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Kill him. Just barely looks up again.
That's it. I'm going to the Arndale.
10 ways to stimulate your sex. Number 1, take off clothes.
Number 2, play soft music. That's not to say play soft music. That's just to play any music softly.
This follows the trope of a lot of horror films, I notice, where the first hour or so is generally quite sedate, and in the last 20 minutes, it's gone complete bonkers.
Yes.
Like a tentacle just came out of his body.
And wrapped around our main doctor character.
I mean, I don't know because I can't hear the dialogue as well as you, but was it established that they can grow other limbs and parts?
No. That just happens.
Yeah, why not? This is like Cocoon.
Ooh.
Loads of old people going crazy.
I'm just reminded of Ed Wood with the octopus scene.
I think we quote that in every other commentary.
Yes. Fuck you, it's cold.
Oh, that man is naked.
He certainly is.
You can see his bum.
He certainly can. This was cut. This one in the UK version.
I'm assuming you can get the uncut version now.
Oh, yeah. The Second Sight put out the DVD and Blu-ray version over here. I picked it up for £4, and it's completely uncut. 2 cuts. You've got the unrated cut and the theatrical. I believe this is the theatrical. The unrated cut is 1 hour and 44, puts another 20 minutes on.
Yeah. Just more violence, basically.
Basically, more gore, more man-ass, more references to Hitler.
This is a bit like, I don't know why, I'm getting kind of Silent Hill vibes from this.
I can take it. I think it's the sort of foggy, flickery, lighty, dark atmosphere.
Yeah. And the fact that Silent Hill 2 ends with them in a lift.
But does it end with it turning out to be a dog?
Does this film end with it turning out to be a dog?
Sadly not. We don't get the super secret Easter egg ending where a dog...
That effect is so cool, just there with the hand.
Yeah.
How did they do that? Well, they just have... Was like a whole... Maybe.
I would assume that it was a 2-part prosthetic piece, so they'd have the actual arm itself be like an animatronic thing, and then there'd be like a hole in the floor where the hand would be the second.
Yeah, well, it's really weird.
Oh, well, I'm deaf now.
Oh, I'm allergic to creepy crawl body. Oh, you know what they can do?
Go on.
They can put their magic undeaf serum in her.
But have you not seen Death Becomes Her, Ben? We know what happens if you do that. You end up in a subpar horror film starring Bruce Willis.
I don't watch Woody Allen films since he's been cancelled.
Death Becomes Her isn't a Woody Allen film.
Is it not?
No.
Oh, it was.
No.
Are you sure? I thought it was.
Hang on. Death Becomes Her was a 1992 film directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Oh.
Stars Meryl Streep, Bruce Willis, and Goldie Hawn.
Why did I think it was directed by Woody Allen?
Are you thinking of Love and Death?
Maybe.
Love and Death is a comedy written and directed by Woody Allen.
I gathered. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Spends all day.
She got killed by the creepy crawlies.
Yeah, grabbed her by the throat and everything.
Ugh.
Crushed larynx. Ooh. Or trachea.
Now, the best death by zombies in Day of the Dead. You know which bit I mean.
Oh, where the guy gets pulled literally in half.
Yes, it's so good.
So good.
You hear his vocal cords like increasing in pitch as they're ripping his head off.
You know how
It's
they
so
did
good.
that, don't you?
Horrible. They killed a man. Yeah.
No. They had a reel-to-reel recording of his scream dubbed, and in post they went in and recorded it, and they basically pulled the reel-to-reel through faster than it should have been. So they manually pulled it through the reel-to-reel so it'd speed up.
So they didn't literally just like speed it up in post. They actually messed with the recorder.
It's literally a manual process.
Wow. I'm gone. Oh, here it goes. And that's how it ends.
And that's Reanimator.
Oh my, I wasn't expecting it to end there.
Yeah.
That's a bit abrupt.
It flies by. It really does.
So I'm guessing. I just realised you haven't seen the sequel.
No, Bride of Reanimator and Beyond Reanimator I haven't seen. But
Dan, what did you think of Reanimator?
I really, 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 really like I watched it for the first time, and the first time I saw it, I really, really liked it. And this time, I've really liked it. I think the direction and singing is, for this kind of film, fantastic. I love the slightly experimentally but rhythmic soundtrack that they've got in place. The cast are fantastic. The effects are great. It's fun. It's a fun little movie.
Yeah, it's one of the only times where, like, when we do one of these where we just watch a film, or when I watch a film going cold, like, would I want to watch it again without me and you babbling over it about Hitler? And I think I would.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Well, I can certainly hook you up with a copy if you need one. But
yeah. So this was good.
This was good.
And music was performed by the Roman Philharmonic Orchestra.
Oh, even better. But
they all had armor on. So shortly helpless.
They also scored Caligula. So
they thought they would do it. Oh, surprised you've not done that yet.
It'll come.
Oh right. Oh right.
Yeah.
The animal handler was Critters of the Cinema.
Oh wow, that's good, isn't it?
I was looking at the company names for like the caterers. K's Gourmet.
So
it's just me who's fascinated by this stuff. Like,
oh no, there's
security company.
There are loads of guys.
Special thanks to the morgue.
I mean, the only thing that's a problem with this film is that it's got Charles Band associated with it. But you know, it's neither here nor there.
Dr. Gruber from Die Hard.
So yeah, Bride of Reanimator came out in 1991. I want to say 91 or 92. I want to say. And is very, very, very loosely connected, if it's connected at all, to the first film.
No animals were killed or injured in the making of this movie, but they ripped a cat apart.
They did, and then they brought it back to life again, so it wasn't killed.
So there you go. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. No trouble. And then in 2001, 2002, they did a third film called Beyond Reanimator, which I haven't seen either. So
Nice.
plenty.
Wow.
The Reanimator well is relatively full for your exploration in future.
Well, this is nice.
It
and
was
do
nice.
you want to lead us in, because this is leading into something, isn't it? You said.
Certainly will. So basically, thank you very much for joining us on this commentary of Reanimator, where we spent the majority of it not talking about Reanimator, but having a really good time.
Hello. I don't think it's going to improve, so maybe we should call it.
Yes, we shall do. Right, okay. So, minor technical difficulties, but luckily we got the whole thing done, so that's a plus. Thank you so much for joining us on the Reanimator comedy dining experience. And if you enjoyed this, first of all, how? Second of all, remember to pop over to our channel. We've got loads of these now that we've done, and if you liked what you see, you'll probably like a few of the others because they're all very similar. So for now,
they're all the same.
They're all literally the same jokes.
Every single one.
Every one. Which is quite impressive.
Same anecdotes,
same stories,
word for word.
Yeah. We don't shake it up. It's just we just pad it out. If you want to get everything, just listen to one of the longer ones. We'll get everything good. So from all of us here at Television
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
We're going to bed. We're going to bed now. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe.